So in Barb's recording, she said you found her out the blue. Tell us how that connection was made.
It was actually a day where I just finished up dealing with the customer in Pennsylvania. And sometimes if there's nothing going on, I have some free time, I'll research other gyms in the area or that state to see if they're a good fit. I'll look to see if there's a way for them to sign up online, if they're 24 hours. And I go to their website and there's no way to sign up online. I'm like, geez, this owner is probably doing a lot of administration work. Let me just at least call this owner and let them know, hey, we exist. We used to be gym owners ourselves. This could probably take a few hours out of your day. And I think it was just at the right time where she was at with her member management software, where we just went right into a demo. With the amount of money her gym was performing, I knew that this gym was a 3 to 4 times multiplier than what it had in it. She just needed to not change any aspect of her operations. She just needed a system that was going to automate everything for her. So that's kind of what we did. We just set up her memberships. We set up her door system. So now it's just like set it and forget it and just let the system do its thing. And she called a little while ago and she hit the numbers where I got it nailed on the head of what I said that gym was going to do.
You say that you found FC of Cockratton online and were able to see that they could benefit from less administration time. What exactly did you mean by that?
It could be a couple of things. It could be somebody's using antiquated software where the software does very little, and then now they have to step in and do X, Y, and Z. They have to manually shut off a key when the dues decline, or when somebody cancels, they have to manually step in and shut off a key. Or if somebody signs up online, they have to wait till somebody comes into the facility, hand them a physical key. Or worse, they're not even using software. They're running their club with like Microsoft Excel or something. And that's 10 times worse. Because now you're spending 4 hours of administration time. What I mean by that, every step of the process you're doing by hand. The sign up is done probably on a paper membership. And then you're taking that information and now inputting it to whatever your bank or however you're processing payments. And then you're having to file that person away. And then you're going to have to go to your door controller and take that key number and put them in that door system. So now all aspects of the gym is by hand. And you're really kneecapping your success when you do that, because you're only going to max out the most on-point person is going to max out at 250, 300 members because there's only so much you can do before stuff starts laying on the ground. You check your dues, who's declined today. Okay, now I have to run that through the people in my door system and shut that off. Somebody called up, said they wanted to cancel. Okay, so now I have to write that down. And at the end of the day, all the people that canceled, I have to go, whoever's doing my processing, and make sure to stop their monthly dues and stop their access as well. There's too many pieces that you're doing. So with our system, it's really set it and forget it. And that's what we did for Barb. All she has to worry about is getting people to her social media, her website, or come to the facility. Even if the gym is closed, they come to the door, scan the QR code at the door, memberships pop up, pick which membership you want, day fee, whatever it is you're selling at your facility. They sign, they take their picture, and then they use their phone to check into the gym. It is the most set it and forget it system you could get right now.
Now, I know in Barb's case, she said that she didn't have much reservation, but what are the number one fears that gym owners have when they're presented with this opportunity?
So the biggest reason why I see somebody stay with antiquated software, or software that may not be the best for them, is their fear of switching over. And Barb kind of had that as well. Like, after all, I called her out of the blue, right? And she was lucky enough to give me her time to go into a demo. But after showing her how we do switchovers and everything like that, I promised to her that we've done this so many times. It'll be really straightforward. It'll be like you used us the whole time. And she, as you could see, that's the case that it was. Because how we do imports are vastly different than what other companies do. A lot of other companies, they'll do a data import. They'll get all your member data. Let's say you're switching from company A to company B, right? They'll get your data and they'll just import the whole thing And then now the owner is left with like 3 or 4 months of cleanup because the data wasn't right. An import is only good as the data that you receive. So what we'll do is we'll import like 5 accounts. We'll go over those 5 accounts with you, making sure everything is right. If there's something that's not right, we mark it down. We'll go back to our programmers and say, hey, this wasn't right. Hopefully they can make some changes on the filters, put another 5 in there. And only when like the 5 are good do we only then dump the rest of the data in. That's why she said everything was switched over just like she was using us the whole time.
What are some of the warning signs that you commonly see that let you know a gym owner's probably outgrown their current setup?
If a gym owner isn't always there. So I'm not saying you can't run your gym by hand. You can. And you're going to kneecap yourself, like I said, at 300 members if you are the most spot on person that has folders for every date that you're hand doing your dues and everything. You're going to kneecap yourself at growth. But if you are running it by hand and you're not always there, and that was the case with Barb, is that she's there, but she also helps her husband with his business a lot. So if you are an owner where you're not there all day, you 100% need a system, whether it's us or any other system that's out there. You cannot run that by hand. You need a system that's going to automate all of the processes, how you run your facility. So from sign up to data, as soon as the sign up, the data is input into the system to give the person the key if you're a 24/7 access, dealing with customer service, updating payments. If somebody's late or delinquent on their payment, does that system have a way to update their payment with ease? Or do you have to be there because you're running it by hand and update that payment? Now you have to call your bank or processor and now stay on the phone for half an hour till you get an actual person instead of AI to update that payment method, you know? So it's just a time suck. And like, I am not kidding. It'll save hours out of the course of the day. And to any gym owners watching this, you know, you could start your day needing to do 2 important things. And you're lucky by the end of the day if you got one thing done, because everybody wants to talk to you more than they actually work out. You're not just the gym owner, you're the psychiatrist, or people tell you about their problems. You're the salesperson, you help people sign up. You're the customer service people where you hear people's concerns about what's going on, or this person's doing that, this person's filming. Like this, you wear many hats throughout the day. So you want to get it as automated as possible. Now imagine doing all that and you're an owner that's there part-time. And sometimes we have owners that aren't there at all. I have some people, we fully automate their system where there's no employees. They're not there. They just pay a cleaning crew to make sure the garbage is overflowing. And they legit just have a QR code at the front door. People want to sign up or pay the day fee. They scan the QR code, memberships pop up, pick which one they want. And you go from member data input to the release of liability sign, pictures captured, and payment is captured. And then it'll automatically start whatever type of membership billing that they just signed up for.
What are the biggest mistakes that you see gym owners commonly make when they're evaluating software?
The biggest mistakes that I see gym owners make when they're evaluating software is getting sucked in with a lot of bells and whistles that they don't ever going to need. So make sure with how you run your facility is covered from A to Z. So let's go over all of your different memberships. Let's see, take a stopwatch and let's stopwatch how long it takes somebody to sign up. Because especially to those 24-hour owners out there, after hour sales, that's got to be fast, painless, and easy, especially if you're a facility that is a high dollar monthly membership. So I have some facilities that are like $180, $200 a month. Boy, that sign up process better be fast and painless, because if it's taking more than a couple of minutes, you're going to get the I got to think about it and maybe miss out on a sale. So sign up process has to be fast. From sign up to checking in has to be quick. So you want to make sure every facet of how you run your gym for the day is covered on that demo with that software. Don't worry about this bell and whistle over here if you haven't used it. Could that work? Maybe. But let's worry about how we run our facility now and how this is going to help me save time and money. The other thing to worry about is that For us, we're not processor first. Like a lot of membership management companies are software processor first, disguised as management software, where they make the most amount of money in payment processing, and then they charge you monthly for software. All of our customers get a wholesale merchant account, so they're saving money on payment processing, plus, cutting out a ton of admin work that they're dealing with on a daily basis. So as far as like a demo that we did with Barb, we went over what she would see as soon as she starts her day. We went over the common memberships that she offers her customers and what that would look like for a sign up, and then common customer service tasks. So how she could run her gym, maybe if she was working at her husband's business. So somebody calls her up with a customer concern, she can log in on her phone or a laptop, cancel that account, freeze that account, do whatever, and not have to be at the facility. So that's what I would say. Definitely make sure, don't worry about the bells and whistles. Let's worry about how you are running your facility and show me how your system can help me make my life easier.
Say I'm a gym owner who's fed up. I'm frustrated, similar to Barb, right? I'm presented with this opportunity. Even though it looks good, I feel that I can't really put my attention to it to even take the first step towards it because I'm so scared of what that data transition is going to be like. What are some things that I could do ahead of time to make the data transfer process smoother?
Make sure you're with the software company that is going to give you your data in the first place. Because yes, we could make the transition as easy as pie, as long as your software company is going to give you your data. There are software companies out there that will not give you your data. If that's the case, that you're looking for a lawyer now. And think about it this way: if you're handcuffed or being held hostage with a company that is holding your data that you can't get, or that you can't move to another software company, you have a couple options. You have to run that new software company side by side, or get a lawyer and make them draft up a letter saying, hey, this is my data, I want my data. And then we usually end up getting it. But yes, the reason why that's important, you should find out, even if you weren't considering about changing software, find out, call your software company, see, hey, if I want to leave, what's the process of me getting my payment information and member information? If they say that you can't, oh boy, you better start thinking about things, because now, what if this company just all of a sudden jacks their rates up? They know you can't go anywhere. You're stuck. Yeah, you could run us side by side, but then it might take, a month or two to move everybody over. But I would say the thing that you can ensure that the data transition is going to be seamless is call your current provider, if you're not with Gym Insight, and say, hey, how can I get my payment information and member information if I should ever want to move? And if they say, oh yeah, no worries, we always give that, get an email in writing that somebody said that they do that.
That is great feedback. Thank you for those steps. I'm sure it's going to help out a lot of gym owners who are staring down the barrel of a change soon to come. So we always appreciate your time, Andrew.
You got it. If you're watching this and this is the first time hearing about Gym Insight and you want to learn more, give us a holler. You could speak to me, speak to Natalia, see to Angela, any one of our sales reps. We'd be happy to show demos. That's what we love to do. Even if you tell us, hey, I'm not looking to move in 2 years, let's show you a demo of what gym owners have created in software to help make your life easier out there. Because Gym Insight, this is bar none the best software out there for sure.